Hey everybody, it's Nick, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to mix rock-type drums using a Drum Daddy preset. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm really excited. Drum Daddy has finally come out. If you haven't yet, go to ingramaudio.co and check it out. Make sure you download the free one-shot kit and sign up for the newsletter if you want to stay up to date, with what's going on with Drum Daddy and other things. But yeah, like I was saying, I wanted to create this video to show you guys how to mix aggressive, hard-hitting rock-type drums using one of the Drum Daddy presets. And I want to show you guys how little work it's going to take to make these presets sound awesome in your mix. So I have a song here. There's no drums right now, just guitars and bass. So we got to put some drums on here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up Drum Daddy. And as you see, I already have Contact routed into my DAW. If you don't know how to do that, there is a video on the Ingram Audio YouTube channel you can check out. But yeah, let's get started here. Let's go down to Drum Daddy. And then we are going to be opening up Rock Kit 2. This is one of my favorite presets on here. It hits hard. The room is really loud in it, which I love. It just has everything I want in a drum kit. Let's put this on, and then let's see what this sounds like, just how it is real quick. Wow, that already sounds pretty damn good. I wouldn't really complain too much, but we're going to take it a step farther because this is a video where I'm showing you how to mix drums using the preset. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send each channel to the track in my DAW that I want it to go to. And like I said, there's another video explaining this if you don't know how to do it. Okay. Now I have everything routed into my DAW, so now it should be coming through. There we go. Now I'm just going to get these levels a little more sorted out here. Okay, let's jump over to the cymbal page. I think I don't want to use a lot of room on the cymbals. So I'm going to take the room down. I'm also going to probably cut a little bit of this high mid. I want the cymbals to be a little more washier. Cool. Sounding a lot better. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send all of these drums to a drum bus because that's where the real magic is going to happen. This is where we're going to glue it together and really bring it together, and it's going to bring out the room and a lot of the stuff that makes it sound like a big real drum kit. So the first thing I'm going to throw on here, well, let me rename it because I have a weird OCD. Drum bus 1, I guess. First thing I'm going to throw on this, I'm going to probably throw on this, the SoundToys effect rack. SoundToys makes great plugins, and to be honest, I use the effect rack almost every time when mixing drums. The first thing I'm going to start with is the Decapitator. I love this thing. It will make your drums sound thumpy. It'll make them sound gross. It's awesome. If you don't have it, it's definitely worth getting. So we're just going to be, I just want to add a little bit of a little bit more body and just a little drive. I want to give it a little edge. I want to give the drums a little bit of more edge. So I'm just going to start by turning up the drive a little bit. I cannot see anything. This screen is huge. Let's go back to what we're doing. Let's turn up the drive a little bit. Let's make it thump. We're going to turn on this thump feature and see what that does. I'm going to loop this part. This is the part I want to listen to most. That makes a huge difference that I love. You know, there's a lot of great sounds with these. I don't know which one I like better, to be honest with you. We're going to go ahead and go with this one. Let's throw on the Radiator now. This is another great one I use every time when I'm mixing drums on my drum bus. First thing we're going to do is you're going to turn it to clean because we don't want it hissing at us the whole time we're trying to mix these drums because that would be weird. And then with this, I'm basically just going to be trying to bring up a little bit more of that low end and that more of that high end, which is what's going to make the, the drums like cut through that mix a little bit more. Okay, so it's already sounding a little juicier. I like it. Here's without it. And then with it. So now I'm going to throw on I want to compress them. I want to throw on a compressor on the drum bus. I'm going to use the Slate VMR. There's a lot of great plugins in the Slate VMR. I use these all the time when mixing drums too. Is it going to open? Took a while. Okay, so let's delete all this. I don't want any of this stuff. Well, maybe I do. No, I don't. Let's throw on this thing. I love using this on drums. And I'm really not going to do much with it. I'm probably just going to... I'm just going to squash them a little bit. The next thing I think I'm going to do is let's start tackling some of these drums individually. So I want the snare to have a little more girth, meat and potatoes, but I want it to have that top end that's going to help it cut as well. So, I love the SoundToys stuff, so I'm going to probably go back to that, and I'm going to try, let's throw the Radiator just straight on that snare. Let's see if we can just bring up a little bit more low end. Make sure it's on clean because we don't want it hissing. So add a little bit of girth here. I'm gonna add some bass. Yeah, that's already sounding pretty awesome. I want to turn these cymbals down, I think, some more, though. There we go. That's sitting a little better for me. Yeah, it's already sounding a lot better. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to give the snare a little more texture. I want to bring out a little bit more body in other areas as well. Let's go over to the Slate VMR again. We're going to get rid of all of this. Actually, we're going to keep that stressor. That distressor. Stress. FG stress. Whatever you want to call it. We're just going to just give the snare a little squashing here. Probably want it a little higher with the ratio. I don't want to nuke it. I'm not getting wild here yet. Let's turn that release down. Yeah, that made it a lot more snappier, and it almost kind of brought up a little more of the low end in a better way, in my opinion. Let's add a little bit of sizzle. We're gonna add this airy cue. I use this a lot on vocals, and sometimes on drums. I think you can add a little bit of that sizzle if you want it. Yeah, that's already sounding a lot better. I'm really happy with this so far. So I got my first drum bus. It's sounding pretty good. It's not quite there yet. I want to do more. Let's go ahead and send this whole drum bus to another bus. We're gonna start getting wild now. This is gonna be drum bus 2, and this bus, I'm gonna squash the hell out of this. Let's throw on that distressor, because that is one of the best things. If you want to squash something, use a distressor. Do we want to nuke it? I don't know. Oh, we want to nuke it. Okay. So let's and then this isn't going to be very loud. This is going to be something I'm probably just going to kind of creep up there when I'm listening to the song. Because like I said, drum bus 1 is my main drum bus. But then I just want to bring up the drum bus 2, because it's going to pull up a little bit more of that room and a little bit more of the atmosphere that's in those samples. Sounds awesome. Let's go back because we want to hear the other parts of the song too. Okay, so I think I want to add a little bit more to the snare still. I'm going to go back to this other part because I feel like I can hear the snare a little better over there. I'm going to add a little bit more of this low end, around 160 on the snare. And then I want a little bit more of that crack to it. So I'm going to add probably around... Yeah, sounding a lot better. Okay, the next thing I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to send just the shells to a third bus. So we're going to have 3 drum buses here, and then I'm going to turn all these up. Just going to leave them where they are, like that. This will be drum bus 3. This one is going to be very dry. I'm probably not going to do a lot to this one. If anything, I might give it a little texture. The best way to do that, I want to give them a little something, a little crunchiness maybe, just a hair. Let's go back to SoundToys. We love SoundToys. Loc Delux. That looks good. What we got going on here? Okay, so let me hear what this sounds like. Whoo! Not really what I want, but it's kind of close. I just want a little saturation from this. I don't want to necessarily hear it. I just want the saturation from it. So I'm going to turn the mix probably down a lot. But I do like what it's doing to the snare a lot. Let me bring up my drum bus again. And then again, this third drum bus, this is going to be one that I'm going to just slowly mix in as I'm listening. But I think I want to bring the kick down in that drum bus, which I can do by turning down this level right here. There, that's sitting a lot better for me. And then, so I'm going to bring all of these down, and then I'm going to slowly bring them in to where I want them to be. So this doesn't sound bad, but the shells aren't cutting the way I want them to, so that's what the drum bus 3 is for. And then I want to bring up drum bus 2 to help bring up more of that room. Bring down the kick a little bit. Sweet, that's sounding awesome. Let's hear this from the beginning real quick. I love the room on that snare. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do next is, I love the snare room a lot. I don't want it going the whole time because that's a little ridiculous on the fast parts. So I'm actually going to go into Contact, and I think I'm going to send my snare room to a whole other channel, which I need to now create that one. And then that should be sending my snare there. Maybe not. Maybe it's 9. There it is. That is now my snare room. So now what I can do here is I need to make sure that also is going to the drum bus. So now that I got that, let's rename that snare room. Let me just hear the snare room a little bit. Because I am going to probably want to squash that, but I think I want to EQ out some of those lower mids. Just a hair, not very much at all. Probably around 500 is what I'm not liking. All right, let's squash this thing. What do we use when we squash something? This. Okay, so let's, I do want to nuke this, I think. So yeah, we're going to probably bring that attack down a little bit more. Ooh, that is just the room in Drum Daddy. There's no reverb on that. That is just that room, and that sounds hot. Cool. So next what I would probably do if I was mixing the song, I would actually automate that snare room up and down where I wanted it to be. So I'm going to start by, let's just bring it down here. I don't want a lot of room on this part because it would be weird with the fast drums. So we're going to probably bring it down to there. And that's where I'd bring that up. Probably around there. Just so you hear it just a little bit in between. Switch that back to read. You could just write it in. I don't know. I like to feel like I'm playing an instrument. But now that I know what I'm doing, I can fix this. And we'll bring that all the way over. What are you? Why? That should be good. See, now the snare room is coming in when I want it to come in on the big part. I turn it down a lot before that. It's still there, but it's just there enough to where it doesn't sound too dead. probably even bring it down a little bit more. But it's sounding pretty good. These drums are sounding... I'm really happy with how everything's sounding so far, to be honest with you. Because, you know, like I was saying earlier, these kit presets are already... They're mixed, so you don't have to do a lot to them. I just, you know, I wanted that snare to have a little bit different of a sound and, you know, just kind of cut through a little bit more in different ways. So I did a lot to the snare, but a lot of it was really just the drum buses. So if you're using those kit presets on Drum Daddy, you don't have to do a lot. If you see here, these are all of the drum tracks. I only have stuff on the snare, and it's also, again, very minimal. I'm adding a little low end with the Radiator, barely any high end there. And then I have my stressor, just squashing it a little bit, the release low. But yeah, and then I finished off with a little bit of EQ. There's not a lot. Even with the buses, there's not a lot going on here. It's very simple, and it just cuts through that mix, and it sounds great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope my scattered ADD brain wasn't too hard to follow, and you guys could understand this, and I was able to explain it well. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to send me a message, email, whatever. I'd love to answer any questions you have. If you have any questions about Drum Daddy, let me know. Anything about mixing, how to mix Drum Daddy, I will tell you anything you want to know. Thanks for watching my video. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. There will be lots of more things like this on there if this is what you're into. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks, guys.